And here we are at the reviewing area, and here we have just a pile of parts here to help build up the sword for the combined mode.
Yes, and Colton's right. Just like the gun is the same thing with the sword. All this stuff right here will actually make like a mega sword for him. And there's a lot to cover here, and it's a big pile of mess. When we get finished, it's going to be a big, huge sword. And this is where we're going to hit on some of the likes and dislikes of a KO version when you buy a KO version.
Or any KO.
So,
which is not knockoff.
Yes, and it's got its good points and bad points, but for right now we're going to start getting off into it. So, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So now, to start off, we're going to start off with this black thing here, which is going to be the handle for the sword. And then we need 2 of these things here, and these are going to attach to these holes into these side things here where the stem piece is at. And you want it attached just like this. And then you take the other side and tab it in, and they do tab together.
Now, pull it apart right quick. Just right quick. We need to show them. Okay. Wait. No, that's okay. Okay. What he's saying is these little tabs, these holes right here, and these tabs right here, each one of them has a tab and a slot that they go into. And that's how you're going to line it up.
Yep. So you two want to tab them together, but I'm gonna not tab it in all the way, but leave it out just about here, because we do have another part that goes on these 2 things, like other 2 swords that goes on this thing here. So now the next thing we need is we need these 2 things here, and we do need 2 of these things, and these are going to tab together this sword and this sword. From this tab to this hole, and this tab to this hole here.
And they will tab together.
Like that.
Now you're going to get the same parts for the other one and tab them together. Goes in a slot in a tab.
Now we're gonna bring this back here, because now these 2 swords that we tapped together are now going to fit through here from these handles to these grooves here. Just like this here. Well, but before we attach these on, almost forgot. we need to take 2 of these things, and these are going to tab into these tabs into these holes here.
Okay. What he's putting in is the next part of the frame of the sword.
Yes.
It just tabbed in right there. He's going to take the other one and tab it in the same way, because it interlocks into the self right there. Now he's going to compress it.
Just like that. I almost forgot about these things. Because before you attach these on, you need to attach these 2 on to these 2 first.
Because that's your frame. That's your main frame of the weapon.
And then you take these and attach these on. And this tab is going to go into that hole right there. You can see there. Just like that.
Just squeezes together. Once you inset it in the little holes right there, you're just going to squeeze it in. And then you have the next compartment of the weapon.
Yes.
So right now it's taking shape, and it's already pretty big.
Now we're going to take these 2 things, and these tiny little holes are going to go into these 2 little tabs, which will help keep these secure. And you want these facing up like this.
Now, while he's putting this together and stuff, we do want to say that this is the best combined mode that we found. By no means does that mean that this is a solid rule, that it has to go like this, because these parts, some of them are interchangeable. Some of them are, some of them aren't. So this is just the best way that we found to set it up and make it look good. And like I said, there's a bunch of intricate parts here that you have to work with.
Right.
So just because we say this is the way, no, use your imagination. You can fix it up any way that you want, of how you desire that you want it to be. So this is just one of the best ways that we found in doing it.
Just like that. Now take these 2 swords, and these are going to, and for these things that we attached here, you can have them like this. Yeah, I was making sure that everything was locked into place, and I think I pretty much got it. At least I think I do.
With this weapon, there's a lot that you gotta to see how it's interconnected.
You can have these like this, or if you want to, you can kind of push them in some if you want
if you want, or you can leave them flared out. It's just whatever you,
or you can have them
or
like this.
whatever your imagination takes you to.
Or you can have them like this. And these do not really hold up. But now we're going to take these two swords, and these are going to attach to these holes into these handles here. And you want these facing like this here, with this part facing down.
Yeah, that's just the way that we put them on there. And like I said, pretty much one of these parts can be interchangeable down at the bottom.
And just like that. And like that. And now we're at the final part where we're going to take these two things, these two final swords, and these are just going to attach together. Now, this would attach to this part here, because there was two tabs that goes into two holes here, but
Colton is right. There is two tabs that go from here, and they interlock in right here. But guess what? Me and my brilliant idea, I was looking at it, and I noticed that the top was a little bit off. And it was at a slant, just a little bit. And I took it, I was like, that's not right, I can straighten it up. Well, guess what happened? As soon as I straightened it up, it popped right off. It popped right off.
Like it was at a little angle.
Yes.
But when my dad tried to straighten up, it just
snapped right off.
On those two tabs that are stuck in those holes.
Correct.
That was on these two things, but are now stuck in those holes, which means there's no way to get them out.
So, of course, I could probably get it out if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to do that because I want to show y'all. This is a knockoff version. This is what you will come across if you're not careful because of the durability in the plastic. So, with this just being a little bit to the side like it was, I told myself, I was like, that needs to be straightened up. And as soon as I put a little bit of pressure on it, it snapped right off.
Right.
So I know I'm not the only one that this has happened to. So, but it's important for us to show y'all, if you get something like this, just pay attention to the quality. It may not be as good as what the original version is. So this is a good part, but
because not every knockoff figure of Transformers or any other toys are gonna, if they're a knockoff, are not gonna have the same high quality.
We just want to make y'all aware of that, okay? Yeah, I can super glue it back on, but guess what? Then it's going to stay right there. So for this review, and even Colton asked me, well, what are we going to do? I said, we're going to review it. They need to know. If you get a knockoff, pay attention to some of the quality issues that you get. Because like I said, this was barely bent. I went to straighten it up, and it snapped right off in my hand. So...
But since this is like no longer attached here because of the pegs being stuck in there, this is what I or us kind of come up with as a blade, if you can call it. Well, we remove these little knife things which were in these holes, and on the top here there's two holes on both sides that they do attach to on the pegs either side of these knife things. this side that does not want to push down because this one's blocking it. So we'll just have to do it the other way. So that right there is like, if you can call a blade. Like, he just has two little blades here for the massive sword.
So, this sword is big. Now, the way that we have the sword right here is not, we know it's not, it's how you want to put it together. Some of these pieces fit exact the way because I don't have another choice. But some of these you can actually play with and put in different areas of it. And just use your imagination. Because this is a very big sword for this robot.
Yes.
And
when we get to the combined...
let me see if we can get it in reference here. Can we... I don't know if we can...
I think that those two knives need to come out.
Okay. I'm just trying to see if I can get the distance of it. Go ahead and put the knives back where they were, and let's see if we can get a range of length on it. What do I have? What do we have? Oh, I got it. I got it. Yeah, go ahead and put him. Oh.
Okay.
Now.
I'm trying...
I know. Okay. Yeah, it's not gonna stay.
Yeah. Oh.
That's good. That's good. We got it better than what it was.
Yeah.
To give you some length comparison to what we have going on here, the sword is actually longer than Mr. Smiley. Okay. The sword is actually longer than Mr. Smiley here. And I do not have a tape measure on me, so I cannot tell you exact. So all I can do is give you a little bit of roundup. He is bigger than Mr. Smiley. He is smaller than the instructions. So, little bit, well, wait a minute. From there to there, you know what? He may be exact as tall as the instructions if it wasn't broke. Yeah, he may be exact the same length as the instructions if it wasn't broke.
If it wasn't. Or I think that the sword might be a tad bit longer than the instructions.
It may be. It may be. I don't have a tape measure, so I can't tell you. I can just give you little references and say, okay, shorter than this, longer than this. Anyway. So, anyway, all these parts that make up this sword breaks down and goes to each individual robot that's here that we reviewed. And then they all come back together to make one big sword.
Yeah.
So that in itself I thought was awesome. So the only thing you need to pay attention to is the quality. Be careful. Yeah. Don't do like me. Even though this may be a little bit off or curved, if you put a lot of stress on it trying to straighten it up and not pay attention, you will snap it right off like I did.
And these tabs here, where the handle's connected to, that doesn't really hold in really well. Where y'all see that little gap here showing here, it doesn't really hold in really well. I think that's really my only issue with the sword here. That these do not hold in really well.
Okay. I believe that is it as far as covering the sword. A complete teardown, build back up to the sword. And we already told them that each one of these can fit in each individual robot. Yes. So the only thing that we have left next is to do our final part of the combination.
Yes, where we're taking all of the components
Yes.
that we reviewed and combining them together to make Feral Rex, or as we all know him, Predaking.
So I knew that this was going to be a long review because there was so much here to cover. We want to say thank y'all for being patient with us. Each one of them has its own spotlight. When we do a G1 Predaking, you're going to see how much difference there is between the knockoff and the original. So, because there's some differences from the G1 original to what we're with the Feral Rex. So,
And also, for my next video coming up, but before we get to Feral Rex, my next video will be something different before we get to Feral Rex, because if y'all can see the numbers that I've videos I've made.
we're getting close to 700 video, so he wants to do something very special for the 700th video.
Before we get to Feral Rex.
No, we got 2 more videos before 2 or 3 before we hit 700. So this can all fit in this timeline here. This one and then Feral Rex. You know what I mean?
So like this video and then
The next video, yeah.
the next video, which
would be I gotta look it up. I do not have my phone on. Anyway, we got about 2 to 3 more videos before 700. So we're good. We're good. So
but my 700th video will be coming up, which will be something really special.
Yep.
Coming up.
Because hey, he's gonna do it and he won't even tell me what it is. So that's okay. That's okay. I do not know what it is yet, and I'm fine with that because he likes to surprise me every now and then. There was one time he got a Transformer from my past that I remember when I was a child, and he says, "You remember this?" Yes, I remember this. I actually got this little guy, and he was a Christmas present. If y'all want to know what I'm talking about the very first Transformer I got, and it was decades ago, and it was a Christmas present. So I enjoy reviewing that, and my son got it for me. So, and I did not realize it. So anyway, yes. Anyway, I rambled on enough. What are we going to... We're talking about the sword here.
Yes.
We got way off of base.
Yes.
One day, I'm telling you, all these memories and all my story comes out, believe me. I think it's going to be very interesting for people to hear. Anyway.
So, that we're now ready to wrap this video up. Right.
Yes, we are ready to wrap this up. Thank you for hearing us ramble on.
So that's about it. So there you have the review of the combined mode sword here, all put together. Minus one little boo-boo there.
Yep, that's the boo-boo right there. And Daddy did the boo-boo, so yeah, Daddy did the boo-boo. Just saying. And y'all should have heard Colton. I said, Colton, I got something to show you. You're not going to like it. And then I showed him, and Colton's like, uh-oh. I said, yep, well. So anyway. If life was perfect, we would not be living it. Life's got its ups and downs. You just have to handle them.
So, if y'all like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to check out some other videos you may have missed, there's a playlist set up on my YouTube channel. And I did forget to say it in the intro, but I am going to say it here. Don't forget to check out my shirt merch if y'all want to buy one, and the link is in the description below if y'all want to buy one of my shirts that y'all saw me wore in the intro of this video.
Now, how would you say that y'all saw me wear? Y'all seen me wear?
Or y'all seen...
Well, I don't know exactly the right pronunciation of what y'all see me wear, what y'all saw me wear. Anyway, here I go again. Colton, we need to end this.
Y'all pretty much know what I'm talking about, because y'all saw me... You see me wearing my shirt on in every video with my logo. So I think that's about it. So thanks for watching.